The hard part of the process for most people is the first $100,000. If you have a standing start at zero, getting together $100,000 is a long struggle for most people.
Have you ever heard the saying, the first $100,000 is the hardest? This nugget of wisdom came from a millionaire who greatly influenced my early financial journey. As a young dreamer concerned about affording my aspirations, his advice was a beacon. Don't aim for millions right off the bat. Focus on the first $100,000. After that, your net worth skyrockets. At first, this advice seemed almost too simplistic. But as I embarked on my financial journey and reached that pivotal $100,000 milestone, the truth of his words unfolded before my eyes. My net worth didn't just grow, it soared. This isn't just a one-off story. It's a financial phenomenon experienced by many. The journey to accumulating wealth often feels like an uphill battle. But something magical happens when you hit that first $100,000. It's like hitting a financial stride where your previous efforts compound, accelerating your journey to a higher net worth. In this video, we'll explore why breaking through that initial barrier is crucial and how it can catapult your finances into a realm you once thought was just a dream. So buckle up and get ready to unlock the secret behind the explosive growth of net worth post the $100,000 mark. Why does hitting that first $100,000 in savings or investments feel like climbing a mountain? Well, it's a common struggle, but things start to change dramatically once you get past it. Let's dive into why the first $100,000 is the toughest to save and how it transforms your financial journey. Think of your early earning years as the beginner levels of a video game. Just starting out, your skills aren't quite there yet to rake in the big bucks. This is especially true for Gen X, who are facing a more brutal financial environment than previous generations, like the baby boomers. But here's a silver lining. The digital age offers unprecedented opportunities. While many older generations might not be tech savvy, younger folks have the upper hand here. From Instagram to online side hustles, countless ways to earn weren't available before. It's about using your knowledge, tech, and the internet to your advantage. Now, let's talk about compound interest. Picture your savings as a snowball. The more you save, the bigger it gets and the more interest it gathers. But if your snowball, your savings, is small, it won't pick up much snow. That's the crux of the problem when you're under $100,000. For instance, you invest $10,000 in the stock market. Even with a decent return, it will take a long time for that to grow into something substantial. That's why, in these early stages, your focus should be on saving and earning more rather than relying solely on interest. The grind to $100,000 is real. I remember juggling multiple side jobs, saving every penny, and foregoing those tempting vacations and fancy gadgets. It's not the most fun phase, but the discipline and hard work pay off. Once you hit that $100,000 mark, things start to shift. Your savings now have enough mass to make compound interest work harder for you. It's like reaching a new level in the game where you suddenly have better tools and skills at your disposal. From here on, growing your net worth becomes easier, faster, and more efficient. So keep at it. The journey to your first $100,000 might be the most challenging part of your financial journey, but it sets the stage for a future where your money works for you, not the other way around. Remember, every dollar you save now is a step closer to that game-changing milestone. Why does your net worth skyrocket after hitting the $100,000 mark? Well, it all boils down to the wonders of compound interest. At first, it might seem like a slow climb, but once you reach that initial $100,000, the growth of your investments starts to speed up dramatically. Let's break this down with an example. Imagine investing $10,000 annually with an average yearly return of 7%. According to a chart I came across, it takes about 7.84 years to grow from zero to $100,000. But here's where it gets interesting. Reaching $200,000 from $100,000 takes only 5.1 years. That's a whopping 2.74 years less than the first $100,000, making the process 35% faster. And it doesn't stop there. The jump from $200,000 to $300,000? Only 3.78 years. From $300,000 to $400,000, it takes just 3 years. And reaching $500,000 from $400,000? Merely 2.5 years. Now, if we keep extending this pattern, you can see the growth rate becomes almost exponential. The chart starts looking like it's going off the rails, but all this explosive growth kicks in only after that crucial first $100,000. That's why focusing on accumulating your first $100,000 as quickly as possible is so vital. Think about it. If you can speed up your journey to that first $100,000, imagine how much sooner you could reach millionaire status. Here's another exciting scenario. Say you only save up $100,000, invest it in a low-cost index fund like the S&P 500, and then forget about it. No more contributions. Well, thanks to compound interest, you'll still end up a millionaire in about 33 years. That's the power of letting your money work for you, but it all starts with crossing that $100,000 threshold. This example underscores a fundamental truth in personal finance. Compound interest is a force multiplier for your wealth, but it needs a substantial base to make a significant impact. So focus on hitting that first $100,000 milestone, because once you do, the financial possibilities expand in ways you might never have thought possible. Before we dive into this, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights on building your wealth effectively. So how exactly do you accumulate your first $100,000? Well, let me introduce you to the growth method, a strategy I developed and found incredibly effective during my early wealth building days. First, it's all about gaining control. And there's one foolproof way to do this: budgeting. Hold on, I know what you're thinking. Budgeting sounds restrictive, right? Well, it's not about cutting out all the fun. It's about making smarter choices and understanding the difference between what you need and what you want. It's your financial roadmap, guiding you to spend wisely while still enjoying life. Next, let's talk about rooting your investments. Imagine you start with $250 a month in an S&P 500 index fund, averaging a 7% yearly return. In 40 years, that's a whopping $656,000, with $536,000 coming from compound interest alone. That means you only put in $120,000 yourself. The key here is starting early. The sooner you reach that $100,000 mark, the better off you'll be, far surpassing this example. Once you start making money, optimizing your tax management is crucial. It sounds complex, but it's actually pretty straightforward. Legally reduce your tax burden. Remember, tax avoidance, legal, is not the same as tax evasion, illegal. If you're an entrepreneur, you're taxed on your profits, allowing you to deduct legitimate business expenses, known as write-offs. This differs from being an employee who is taxed on their salary. For example, suppose you're passionate about tech and start a YouTube channel reviewing gadgets. In that case, you can deduct the cost of these items from your profits. It's a smart way to save on taxes, especially if your business aligns with your passions. The W in our method stands for weeding out debts. It's a fact that the average American carries around $21,800 in debt. If you're in this situation, you're not alone. Start by listing all your debts, then prioritize them by interest rate. Focus on paying off high-interest debts first. This is where compound interest can work against you, melting away your hard-earned savings like the sun on snow. Even small payments towards your debt can make a difference. Each payment is an investment towards your $100,000 goal. Clearing debt is crucial. Neglecting it only leads to more stress and financial strain in the future. The T is all about tapping into additional streams of income. With about 50% of Americans in 2023 having a side hustle, it's clear that diversifying your income sources is a smart move. Even if you're already earning a good salary, a side hustle can provide extra cash to invest. It's like adding more snow to your growing financial snowball, speeding up the magic of compound interest. Finally, H stands for heightening self-discipline. Implementing these steps requires a solid sense of discipline. It's a vital ingredient for success. The more disciplined you are with your finances, the greater your future wealth potential. By following these steps of the growth method, you're not just working towards your first $100,000, you're laying a solid foundation for a prosperous financial future. Remember, it's about taking control, making intelligent investments, and optimizing your tax situation. With this approach, reaching that first significant milestone and watching your net worth grow becomes a more achievable and rewarding journey. If you want more insights on building wealth from scratch, check out the videos I've linked above. But before heading there, subscribe for more tips and strategies to grow your wealth. I'll see you in the next video.